Good afternoon, folks, and welcome to Andy's Playground. I'm your host as always, Andy, and today we're taking another look at Hollywood Studios for episode 2 of What's New at Hollywood Studios. I've been seeing a lot of new developments as I've been working in the parks lately, but let's first check what's outside the security gate first before we go in. So last week, I discovered there was this crane thing that was over here, so I decided to come a little bit closer just to check it out, just to see if there's anything I can see. But as you guys can tell, everything over here is blocked off just because this is a backstage area, and so you're not going to be able to see too much. However, I do believe that the pathway to Fantasmic is kind of in around this area, or at least it's over back that way a little bit more, because I can kind of see it through the trees over there, if you guys can tell over there. So what I'm trying to figure out is what exactly they're doing here. And honestly, I almost wondered for a little bit if they're making another exit here possibly, which would be kind of very, very helpful. Just to be able to get out of the park, especially if you're coming from Fantasmic. Because when you're coming from Fantasmic, you're coming back from the theater over there, and you have to come back all the way through there, down Sunset, and then you have to interact with all the people for the Star Wars fireworks show right over there. It's kind of hectic, but yeah, that would be a nice improvement. Upon further inspection, looks like that over there is another lamp, light pole, which is similar to the ones that which are being used on the trail over there. So I wonder what they're doing to the trail over there, and I wonder if we can get a better look over there. So as far as I can tell, the Skyliner is still up and running as of last week as well. So everything seems to be going pretty smoothly. It seems like they've ironed out whatever kinks they've had, because I haven't really seen too many issues or anything at all with the Skyliner, or at least haven't heard anything. So it looks like everything's smooth sailing again for the Skyliner, which is great. My friend Aaron on My Disney World Fix recently actually did a video comparing if it's faster to walk the trail or take the Skyliner from Epcot. So you guys should definitely check that out. Personally, I walked it one time and I made it in roughly about 15 to 20 minutes. So I'd be kind of curious myself to see how long that would take with the Skyliner, with crowds as they are, just to see what is faster to get from Epcot to here. Well, folks, that's about all we can see on the outside. Let's go check out the inside. This week's update should be a little bit shorter than the last one, just because I've already shown you guys the new shops that have opened up here on Hollywood Boulevard. So let's try to see if there's anything different this time around. Just taking a quick glance down Sunset Boulevard, you can already tell they're getting ready for Christmas. Looks like these stars were set up recently. And these are really nice little Christmas decorations right here. It'll be fun to see what all new comes in the next couple of weeks, Christmas-wise. I'm going to try to keep my eye out. Sunset is probably one of the areas I know very little about as a cast member, just because it's on the exact opposite side of where I work. But this looks really, really nice. It looks really, really pretty. It complements the area very, very well. I'll keep looking around just to see if there's any new decorations or anything else I notice here. Just upon closer inspection, a lot of these little stars have these little boxes up here. I'm guessing those control light fixtures and stuff like that that might be inside of them. So I'd be curious to see what this place looks like at night as well. It's going to look really, really pretty, I'm sure. So unfortunately, because I don't have a Fast Pass for Beauty and the Beast, I can't really get back there to see it, what's going on back there with the crane. But I'll try to come at a later time, maybe around the time Fantasmic opens up one day, just to see if I can get a look or see if I can see anything on that side. Might even come by tomorrow just to check on that. One thing I'm going to be paying close attention to in the next couple of weeks are these signs. These signs show the status of Galaxy's Edge, meaning they were kind of here on August 29th, just to be a means of like seeing, hey, what else is going on right now that people could go see, what are the wait times. Just like a temporary wait stand over here, and they have them scattered throughout the parks. However, the one over by Mickey's Meet and Greet is covered up, so I'd just be kind of curious to see what the status of these little stations are. They're really, really nice and really, really helpful, so I hope they stick around. Currently, it's only about a 45-minute wait for Rock and Roller Coaster, which is very, very, very small. This is the same time of day that I came last week, same day. So I think the park isn't quite as crowded this time around. We have been having some freak storms with some tropical storms hitting the Gulf, which has caused a lot of rain. So maybe that scared off a lot of people, but today it's definitely a clear sky, so it's very intriguing to see what's going on today. Here's another one of those signs that I was pointing out over by Tower of Terror. It looks like these are nicely themed. That is one thing I did notice about the ones over by Star Tours and the one over by Mickey and Minnie's. is that it's not quite as well themed. So maybe that's what they're kind of doing with them. Maybe that's why they're routing it off right now. I'll show you exactly what I mean in just a little bit, but first, speaking of Mickey and Minnie, we have to check on their ride. As far as I can tell, guys, there has been zero change. None whatsoever as to what's going on with these little entryways. Nothing's been going on. Again, I need to do some little bit more research as to what this area was. But Mickey's Runaway Railway is hiring, I think this week or next week, they're going to start the hiring procedures. So keep your eyes on that if you're interested in that kind of stuff. Alright, let's check out some of the other areas real quick. So even though Maleficent premiered a couple days ago, they still haven't done anything with this. They're still showing the preview, which probably means it's going to be there just for a little bit. Frozen 2 will be coming in, I believe, the first week of November. So at that point, they will probably change up what's in Walt Disney's Presents. Until that time though, you guys can still go check out the Maleficent costumes that we saw last week. Here's another area where the stand is, right near Toy Story Land. Again, it's a nice little thing just to show you what all's going on in the park. And again, that one is even more themed than the one over by Mickey and Minnie's. So I'm assuming that's what they're doing with it. That makes the most sense based on what I've seen. So I'm hearing a lot of construction noises back there. A lot of things are moving back there, if you can hear it. All I'm seeing though are those two little things right there instead of the one now. And we have some people up there, way up there on those ladder areas. Again, I don't know what that building is, but one day I'm hoping to find out. So as far as I can tell, there's no real differences in Galaxy's Edge, Toy Story Land, or the Animation Courtyard. So we're kind of moving our way towards Grand Avenue, because that's where the real changes are coming. Just kind of as I was messing around with the data pad a little bit, I did notice that there was some development over with Rise of the Resistance, and also the app itself has changed a little bit. They kind of show you a little bit more where to go for certain items and stuff like that, where certain things are located. Just by looking at the map, you can like cycle through different things. And it looks like they are preparing to do some more stuff here with Rise of the Resistance, which is kind of cool. But as for the land itself, there's really no development. At least none that we can see on the outside. But I am excited to see what it'll be on the inside in just a few weeks, or basically less than a few months away. It's going to be a lot of fun. Like, I can't wait for this thing. I think it will perfect the land into what it needs to be. So I'm really, really excited for it. You guys know I always save some of the best development for last. Over here in Grand Avenue, again, this is where you can see the most construction updates going on. So over here you can see some real development over here. You can see they actually duct taped the sign just because the lines were blowing it apart. I did get the chance to see at least two letters. I saw on the very, very tail end there was an E and then there was an N. And then there was the beginning of another word, but I have absolutely no idea what it is. I can kind of try to see through the little plastic here, but it's very difficult to make out any words. But I can see where it is again. It's kind of a clear plastic, but it'll be very interesting to see what that is. I'm pretty sure it's just the women's bathroom right there, and then they're going to have a side for men over here as well. So it'll just be really nice here. Everyone thinks it's the bathrooms, but I don't know, I like to speculate. I like to think that there's something more going in over there. Over here you can see a lot more planner work and stuff like that here. It's kind of extended out a little bit, and that is the most intriguing part, because over here you can see they added a light here. I'm pretty sure they added the light right here because there wasn't anything over here before. At least not to my knowledge, nor to any of the other cast members over here knowledge. But as you can also see, like through here, they've been working on this little area here, and there, right there, is where the screen is. Now that screen has been boarded off, and I'm very kind of curious to see what they're doing with it. I feel like they might be adding some more theming, because as you guys can see, just a plain black screen. And so I was kind of curious to see what they're doing over here. It looks like they might be repaving that little area there, just make sure it's safe. But yeah, other than that, that was the most shocking thing that I noticed over here was this screen. I don't know, what are they doing with this thing? They've even pushed it out even farther now. Like this tree now is down here. It used to be up here yesterday. I literally worked over here yesterday and it was down here now. So we'll have to check on what the other side is, because there might be some new areas for the new Mickey Short Theater right over here. Just another casual check around the building here, just to make sure if there's anything new development going on over here. But you can't really see too much here. Not much has changed since last week. The popular theory is they're not going to connect them here. So I'm kind of curious to see what they're going to do with this area. But it's going to be really cool. I'm actually really excited for all the change. It's going to be good. One thing I did not show you guys last night that can be found if you're going down the exit where Olaf exits is right up here. They have a little banner that's being covered up here. And that looks like a gnarly spider web up there. But it looks like they're covering up a sign. I'm gonna guess it's gonna say to Commissary Lane this way. Probably something like that. Just because this used to be a pathway back here before it was blocked up by this wall right here. So that's what my guess is. And that will be really nice because it will open up the area I was just in to right here. So that way you won't have to go all the way around the restrooms. You can just cut right through here. So that's probably what that's gonna be. But it's nice to see that they're bringing in a sign work here. It's covered up right now. It's gonna be cool. Still no word yet on what's going on with Path of the Jedi and how it's transitioning into the Mickey Shorts Theater. However, I have seen a little bit of the construction on the inside. They are doing some work on the interior of the building. So that'll be interesting to see what that's like once that's finished. And again, the game port is still boarded up. I'm gonna guess again that it's turning into some kind of Mickey just quick little merchandise area, just kind of like how Frozen Fractals is here for the Frozen show. I'm gonna guess they're gonna do the same treatment for Mickey right over here, which again will be nice. But yeah, game port is no more, as we talked about from before. Here is where the other screen is. This is where yet another screen is that is themed, well themed, that I didn't really see any work going up on. That's where yet another screen is located. So I'm curious to see what the theming will look like on the Mickey and Minnie screen. That'll be a very interesting look for sure. One last thing I didn't really mention in the last video that is kind of new, because it did open up in the last couple of months, was Oasis Canteen. Oasis Canteen just opened up really briefly not too long ago. It serves alcoholic drinks, and they have a full bar service available over there. So it's pretty nice. However, I will say one thing. I often feel bad for the cast members because, as you guys can tell, once it hits a certain level where the sun's at, they're going to be wide exposed to the sun right there, and they are. I feel like that would be kind of a miserable experience, but hey, it's a nice little new area opened up that if you guys are looking for some beer or any kind of alcohol before the Indiana Jones show, you guys can check it out there. One thing I also forgot to talk about last week is that Hollywood and Vine here is actually also doing a Halloween and Dine. And so that is actually right here right now during the Halloween season. And so we'll probably be here for about another week or two until it goes out with the rest of the Halloween themed activities around here at Disney World. Well guys, with the tank in my background, honestly, I think that will wrap it up for us today. There's been a lot of new things going on here with the Christmas decorations going up, so it's always really good to see. I'm really excited for next week because I think even more stuff's going to come because it's going to be the end of all the Halloween stuff around here at Walt Disney World. It's going to be the beginning of all the Christmas decorations and the holiday decorations that are going to be going up. So it's going to be fun to see how Hollywood is going to transform over the next couple of weeks. I guess that'll just wrap it up for me though today. So until next time, I'll see you real soon.